road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way is on the road again. Hi, I'm TheJaySkinner with the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm so glad you're here. We're just going to take a couple of minutes to let everybody get on. We start at 10:35 Eastern Time every Friday morning. And today is on the road again, working those trade shows after the pandemic. And I had a great time this past week in Orlando. Many of you saw me there, and we got together and had some fun and talked about some of this and did some business, and that was awesome. Because we're on the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way, and our way is on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. A life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. How about that? And we're live on the road again. How about that? So glad to have you all here. It's going to be a big crowd. I've got comments coming up immediately, and I just want to say hello. Good morning, Scott Ricard. Good morning. Glad you're here. Good morning, Kevin. When I was on the road this past week, Kevin suggested a Del Frisco's, and oh my gosh, it was a great restaurant. I'm glad we got to do that in Orlando. And so the idea today is I've got a lot of territory to cover, and so we're going to get right into it. And this is a good time to take notes. And if you're not going to take notes, be sure and bookmark this, know how to get back to it, find my playlist on YouTube so that you can review this because it's full of a lot of good stuff. Now, as you see, I'm looking around at different places. I've got a screen here, lots of stuff. And of course, keyboard here. How fun is that? And so I'm going to get through this quick. I had someone tell me it's okay to talk fast, so I'm going to talk faster so we can really get through this. Anyway, here we go. Oh, by the way, I'm going to do one other thing here while we're doing this, and it's on the comments. Post here, ask questions, and join the show. I'll love to include you in your comments and questions throughout this. I'll be watching the comments to pop up. And when you post here and ask questions, you hopefully, if everything works out right, I'll get notified. Okay, great. And I am interested in your perspectives and your comments. And I'll take a few amens while we're at it as well. So that being said, here we go. Boom. Trade shows. And I'm going to go get that off. There we go. The pre-show is done. How to light it up. So what we've got here is I got 3 steps for buyers, 9 steps during the show, and 3 in the evenings for sellers. And this whole 30 minutes is going to be valuable to all of you. So, and I'll be putting up the bullet points as we go. In the background, take a look at it there. Look, coupon book. Does anybody recognize? Look at that red bag behind me. And I got a freebie up here. How about that? And then over here, my hard hat. I'm going to do like this. And I represent Precision Industrial Contracting with KPI Incorporated. And it's part of what I do. How about fun? That's what a KPI brought me to the show to work the booth with them in the corrugated industry. So had a lot of fun. Anyway, and a lot of you are in the corrugated industry that are here right now. Awesome. But this applies to multiple industries because now that we're getting back to trade shows, now that we're back on the road, how do we make the most of it? And that's what we're here to do. So this first part is in there for you in particular, buyers. Number one, visit the booths of all your friends and vendors and take time to be friends and show them that you value their help and that relationship. Super important. And talk to them. And if you don't have a personal side to your relationship, this is a great place to get it and to connect. And it's like it's a lot easier to do business with people that are professional friends, business friends. And I understand there's a difference between best friends at home and at church in a Bible study, in your, a mentor and that sort of thing, in professional business friends. But I like getting close. And I'm guilty of hugs and telling you I love you, which I love every one of you. And I'm so glad that you've come here today. How about this? Number two, find new vendors to fill the gaps. Ask existing vendors for recommendations who to see. If they're doing the things I'm going to talk about later in the show, they'll have some very specific recommendations for you that will save you a lot of time as you're trying to work that big show. Silver rule, silver rule, silver rule. Do unto your vendors how you want your customers to do unto you. So if you're buying stuff, it's probably to make something that you're selling to someone else, buyers and sellers. So, later on this year, you'll probably be standing in a booth serving your customers in your target market. And make sure that you obey the silver rule. It will come back to you in spades. So here's the next thing. Sellers, this is for you. Buyers, pay attention because you are a seller at the next show probably. Of course, we said that. Now, look, I got some comments. Let's catch those right now. Hi, Lana. Good. Glad you love the show. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Hi, Sharon. You just finished a live yourself, day 674. Sharon, congratulations. Sharon does a daily live show for her business, and she's done 674 consecutive shows. I'm so proud of her. Good morning, Mr. Coachman. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your coming by. And so let's see. Sellers, going to go back to here. This is for you. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I said sellers, buyers, pay attention because you're a seller at the next show. That's pretty good. Oh, who said that? Okay, so be there to engage and make new friends. Be there in the booth. Heads up, smiles on, have something to say when people pass by. Like, hey there, what do you do? Or if they stop to take a quick look, you say, welcome to KPI Incorporated, or welcome to ABC Corporation, followed by, what do you do? What does your company do? And then just be quiet. Now, unless you're selling insurance, please don't say, how are you today? I mean, it's like, are you doing a health check? It's like, probably we don't want to know. Okay. But if you're selling insurance and underwriting in the next policy, probably makes sense. But please, how are you? How about, what are you doing? Just like, what is your business? What do you do there? What's your position at XYZ company as you read their badge? So that will get their attention immediately. You got to be inviting, cheerfully, professionally inquisitive. So minimum of 2 in the booth at all times, no low chairs, stand and sit on higher stools so it's easy to pop up. Or just stand there and, walk around, step out into the aisle. Black people are coming by, read their badges and start talking to them. Most of all, be inviting, cheerful, and professionally inquisitive. Once you get an idea of what they do, then either invite them to talk just a little more about specifically how you might help them, or if they are not a prospect, wish them a good show and politely disengage. Just keep going. And I also might say is make sure you have a system in-house in the booth for collecting the leads, keeping track of it, so you'll have the information after the show's over. And in some cases, it'll be that afternoon because you'll go, wow, this is awesome. And I need to call this guy right now and make an appointment. Great. Hello, what's up? Eli Skinner, Simplify Real Estate with Fathom. Welcome, Eli. Glad you're here. Lana, thank you. Glad you're enjoying this. I'm glad you like this advice. Yes, I always like it because I played a piano. People like my piano. I appreciate it, but I really like it too when you like what I'm saying. Create energy. Most people are an energy suck, not an energy giver. Amen to that. And by the way, that's my son, Eli. And so he got mentored by his salesman dad over the years. Okay, let's keep going. Number, which one? Here we go. There, engage. I'll pop that. There we go. By the way, I'm managing this here on a program called StreamYard. And so that's what you're seeing me here to make sure I get all the right information up. There's the next one. Don't offer to shake hands unless they want to. Bump fists is often, a thing. Don't make it all a topic of conversation. Everybody's here to get a job done. That's why they showed up. Don't wear masks unless you're the Lone Ranger. Okay. If you have to wear a mask, then I guess you got to decide. But I tend to resist. I resist a lot. People said, "Yeah, you were the only guy in the airport walking through without a mask." Well, guilty as charged. Our show this past week gave out 3 colors of wristband to telegraph visually what contact people wanted. It was great. Very respectful. There was a green wristband, and I carried it on my actually with my lanyard, and that meant you're open to shaking hands, all sorts of contact. I kind of made a joke. That means we want a hug. There was a yellow one, which is like fist bump or less, and then the red one said stay 6 feet away. I saw lots of green, and people with yellow and red, it would be obvious, and that helps you respect them. I think it's a nice thing to do in a trade show. So if you're a trade show organizer, consider that idea. But I did see a lot of greens. But we're all just thrilled to be out there on the road again, aren't we? So talk to every single person that even comes close to your booth. Have a video going with some sound to it. So that tends to get them to look over. So what's that? And you'll get a 5-minute look, or no, 5-second look, pardon me, at which time it's a great time to jump in there and say something. If you don't get that look, hope you got good eyes, spot their tag. And if you think they might be a prospect, or, really, if it's a vertical trade show, they're probably all prospects. And don't let people wearing vendor tags fool you. You want to be friends with everybody. So stop them all, ask the questions, have a short talk, and I mean short, and qualify whether or not it makes sense to talk a little bit more, collect information, and then everybody should move on because we got a big day and lots of things to do. And please don't be sitting on low chairs, working your phones, letting people just walk by. I'll tell you what, if someone's walking near your booth and they see everybody with their heads down and they're in their phone and they're in low chairs, they'll just sneak by. You won't even see them. You think you're watching them, but you're not. Do what you're there to do. Once in a lifetime, to see those people, set yourself up for the next round of big deals in sales with a smart, eager, and aggressive, probable customer right there in front of you. And they had the guts to come out now and meet you, so don't blow it. Catch them. That's next here. Number 6. See, we're getting right through them. It's likely there will be less customer traffic than you hoped. Get over it. You don't need to stand around talking about it with everybody. Is like, how many people are here? So low, blah, blah, blah. All this crap. Get over it. It just wants you to hum the song. If you can't be with the one you love, then love the one you're with. How about that? And it's like, I don't all I was thinking about that. Just there we go. Hey. It's like Eli said, put a cup of coffee in your right hand. Don't touch it all if you can help it. It's just weird COVID or not. Well, there you go. See, that's Eli. Eli's that way. And he also knows his dad. You got to watch out. I'm liable to hug you. But that's a very good way of using props to make it less inviting to touch if you prefer not to. Totally all right. Totally all right. See, let's see. Click right there. Did I say love the one you're with? The people that are there are the important ones, and the vendors and the people around you. Network, network, network. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, imagine this. The other vendors at this trade show had the same gumption and positive attitude you did about making things happen. You showed up, they showed up. They're part of that elite, forward-thinking group who knows something good can come out of this. Get to know them. Ask them, and this is very important, not for just the show, but as you go on, we all want to say we're consultative salespeople. Well, you're not very consultative if you don't know anything about the business your customer does, and all you understand is how your widget fits into their machine. Consultative means you bring value to the point that when you show up, the owner's taking you around the whole plant, asking your opinion about different things. So you'll have to get to know the vendors, get to know how their machines fit into the process, their equipment, their services, understand in the manufacturing process compared to your products or services, and then share with them too. Then in the course of understanding what the vendors around you are doing and throughout the show, and walk the show and get to know them and understand where you fit and your product fits in the industry that you're serving, suggest to them a few, not just one, but 2 or 3 of your good customers who could use their product and benefit from their great service. I mean, their know-how, their shared values of helping others to be more successful. You will meet people like that, and you'll say, these people can help my customers be more successful. And then get on your phone and text them that contact information as a referral and tell them, call my customer John and tell him I sent you. And send them a care package, which I did. At this last show, I had 4 different referrals where I was put together a care package and sent it directly from the show to high probable customers as a direct result of another vendor suggesting that we contact them, and sent it out for the KPI products. It's like, awesome. So you do it and see if they reciprocate. The Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you. Test that one. Now, another thing to do with those shows is work the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers. So if you've got a product that works together and is sometimes bundled with a package sold by a much larger company, then seek out the president, the CEO, the owner of that company at the show on the first day, only to quickly make an appointment or a quick contact that says, hey, I know we're busy getting things going. Can I drop by tomorrow around such and such o'clock and we get to know each other better? And if it's the second day or third day, it's like, then things are going, you find that CEO or president, exchange information. If you can get a sit down to talk to him and talk about the synergies there and how you ought to be working together, please do. Get to know him. And do top down. At the same time, while you're in the booth of that other vendor, the salespeople and other people will see you there. They'll know that you have the respect of the owner or the president or the CEO, and then they will in turn be more inclined to work with you as well, which I've got a lifetime of experience like that. Believe me, it works. And he will all the time, sometimes at least, the owner or the CEO of that OEM will even walk you around and introduce you to a few people like the vice president of operations or sales and marketing, or people like that. It's awesome. And you all become friends to work together for one reason, and that is the benefit of your mutual customers. And the business will just come. Be attentive and interested with those people, the salespeople and the techs in those other vendor booths, and try very hard to understand where you and your product and services fit in, and make sure you stop selling. Just understand what they do. Make friends and bring value to these new relationships. So, what's next? Figure out ways to collaborate like informal partners with other vendors to benefit your shared clients. Exactly. Exactly. That's number 9. So then what? Each night after the show, I'm going to just check, see if I have any additional comments going on here. If anybody else has a amen or a thought here, please jump in, because I'm going to get into the next one here. And I'm sliding into home now, because I'm done at 11:05. I always promise everyone 30 minutes up and down. But let's look at the next one. I'm going to just click this so you can see it. Go to the show sponsored events and continue to wear your name tags and circulate in the crowd. Smile and greet people. I mean, that's so valuable. Get out there. It's like, don't go sit down with your best friend at your own company. Step up to the high tables with your small plate of food and sit with strangers or stand with strangers. Again, not your company friends or a vendor friend. Spot potential customers and sit or stand by them. Now, I know you grew up and your mom and dad told you, don't talk to strangers. Well, and by the way, if you know Malcolm Gladwell, have him call me, because he just wrote a book called Talking to Strangers in the last year or so. And I want to talk to him about another chapter that we could do together, talking to strangers, because that's what we're all about when we do sales and selling and buying. So spot potential customers. And this is the time at the event after the show for small talk. But small talk is caring talk, and it's really big talk. Make friends, refer to a topic you may have discussed on the floor earlier in the day if you spot someone that you saw, and make plans to talk more after the show, maybe even a call or a visit. So I want to say caution, other sellers at those events. If you've got some collaborative things we can do, and say, I want to know about it. But don't tie me up or any other seller who's working the room to build relationships with potential customers, direct customers, while making friends, trying to impact the lives of others who came to meet vendors like me and like you. So let's work the events after the show is over. So some of you guys are going to look at that saying, don't get drunk. You will potentially say and do stupid stuff. And in the morning, you'll be a wreck. And when I talk about that, it's like, in the morning, you'll be a wreck. You know that. And that also means that all the work you needed to do in the hotel room that night after the event never gets done. The next morning, you're hungover, and worse yet, you may have hurt your long-term reputation the night before. You know, if they're telling stories about you at the shows, please let them be this, about your storytelling prowess, or you're very humorous, or how well you sang with the band or karaoke, or if you played a piano or another instrument, you jump up there and do it, and have some fun. I see some comments here. Let's see. Hey, thanks, Lana. Thanks for the amen. There we go. Charles, great tips. People are losing opportunities available to them. Exactly. I'm telling you, everyone, there's plenty to do and nothing to complain about. You've been given a tremendous opportunity if you just work it. If you have some gifts at these events after the show, share them. If you're not an entertainer to some degree, and somehow you're not able to get people's attention in a small group to make them laugh a little and hear an interesting story, then you need to read some books on humor and presentation. My friend and mentor, Jeffrey Gitomer, says, and he's the author of the Little Red Book of Selling and 16 other bestsellers, if you can make them laugh, you can make them buy. And if you buyers out there know it's easier to buy, you buyers out there do know that it's easier to buy from fun, enjoyable people than dry, uncomfortable people. So I don't know what where you are when it comes to being out in public. But there's ways to get books about humor, read things, call people like me, talk. Let's have some fun. Let's get over some of those fears of talking to strangers and have some fun and be the kind of people that people want to be around. Become known for your interesting and all-encompassing passion for what you do professionally. It's like, how fun and nice is it to hang out with you after hours? And I have to say, it's like, you don't want to be someone that they're saying bad things about, after you go back to your hotel room. It's like, who does? I mean, of course you don't. So, it's like, let me encourage you to follow some of these after show rules and get out there. Be interesting. In no way should you be considered dangerous to be around because of lifestyle habits. And you want to be respected for your self-control. Maybe you're clean living as a healthy example to others, and you're concerned for others. Trade shows are a mass public event for you to put your company and yourself out there in a huge way. So look at this. If you do all this, the week will go by fast. Your pocket will be full of business cards with notes, and you'll be praising the show and thanking the organizers. So what do you think about that? Anybody have any other comments? I will tell you that if you want to get together with me and understand more about this and so forth, please just go to my website and say hi. And you can email me here, TheJaySkinner@AOL.com. I'm going to say TheJaySkinner.com is another way to get to my website, or PDTassociates.com. That's the product development team, process development team, project development team process that I talk about quite a bit, and how I help create loyal and happy customers. And there's a section on my website that says more about you. And you click there and you'll find information about me, and you can type in your information and we can connect, or my telephone number will be there. Through LinkedIn, there's many ways for us to talk. I'm very open. I'm very interested to get to know you. And if you want me to expound on some of these ideas with you, give me a call. You probably know I love to talk about this stuff. And thank you very much, Charles. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So with that in mind, I want to encourage you to get on the road again. On the road again. I can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Willie Nelson, for that song. I'll see you next Friday on the Buyers and Sellers Show, live, 10:35 Eastern Time, right here. Do it every Friday. Glad you came. Bye now.